I absolutely love survival games. I especially love survival games that involve zombies and post-apocalyptic worlds. So when I was looking at the news today and I came across the fact that Once Human, an upcoming action survival game from Starry Studios and NetEase, already has 7.7 million pre-registrations, and they're promising more content if they reach 10 million, I was really excited. Now, I know survival games aren't everybody's favorite genre. I know a lot of people don't like horror games. I know a lot of people don't like full loot. They don't like the problems with the niche survival game genre. You got to deal with hunger. You got to deal with thirst. But even if it's not for you, you have to admit that survival games are incredibly popular. I mean, Rust right now has 97,000 people playing. DayZ has 53,000, and those are both online MMO survival games. And then 7 Days to Die, single player or co-op game, 35,000 people playing right now. So we're not talking about huge multi-million numbers, but we're definitely talking about a subsection of gamers who like their genre. Now, when I bring this up, a lot of New World fans get mad at me. But what I want to remind you is even Amazon Game Studios understood that survival games have an audience. If you go in the article of Amazon game devs reflect on 2 years worth of New World, you cursor down. It is well documented that New World began its early life in development as a PvP-focused survival-crafting MMO. But in the spirit of player obsession, we engaged early and often with our community, well before launch, learned a lot about what players liked, and where they perhaps wanted a different direction. And if you remember, New World had all of those PvP survival sort of feel, sort of flavor, and then they changed it. They pivoted. And that's fine. They pivoted. They wanted to cater to a different audience. Maybe they did that because survival game fans don't really get into beta testing, or maybe they thought New World was already an MMORPG. But either way, we know this is a genre that needs to be catered to. Now, do you want an MMO persistent world survival game, or do you think that survival games are best served on a smaller scale, single player, co-op, private server? This is where I'm asking a question, and I hope you'll leave a comment below. Now, if you've been around gaming any length of time, you know that last year we had a major hoopla around a survival game. Everyone remember the hoopla surrounding this? The day before was great until the day after. It had 23,745 reviews, and they were all overwhelmingly negative. The problem here is the day before showed us really some of the problems with an open world survival game, some of the problems maybe with an MMO survival, and that I don't think should deter Starry Studio or NetEase from trying to bring Once Human to market. If you check out their Steam page, I think one of the things that has grabbed me the most is you wake up in the middle of nowhere, you'll have to brace yourself for the cruelty of nature, from monsters to lack of food. However, Stardust's influence does not restrict to living things. It affects the soil, it affects the water. Eating polluted food and drinking dirty water will reduce your sanity. And I mean, we're all gamers. We all have reduced sanity. When your sanity drops, your max hit points would drop accordingly. To eat or not to eat, it is a question. I'm absolutely excited because if you've been following my video series, you've seen that I've been talking about other games that are currently in development. We're getting Star Citizen on a 1.0 commercial roadmap. We hopefully are getting Camelot Unchained. And I think 2024 is a really exciting year. We have the spiritual successor to RuneScape coming soon. We have Eternal Tombs, which is a game going to be running by live GMs. And if you haven't heard about a lot of these, I have a lot of videos on the channel that talk about different games, Brighter Shores, the RuneScape sequel, the live events, Eternal Tombs. So we're getting this new game, and it's so nice to see something on Steam that we don't see often. What I really, really was excited about was there's a release date. And I mean, oh my God, games are coming out now with release dates. Planned release date, Q3 2024. If you haven't been keeping up with your calendar, Q3 of 2024 in the MMORPG space is going to be absolutely saturated. A Final Fantasy expansion is coming out. A WoW expansion is coming out. Ashes of Creation is scheduled to be in Alpha 2 testing. Eternal Tombs, Brighter Shores, and now Once Human. And now I'm very interested in getting to know Once Human a little bit more. I'm going to put a link to everything, as always, in the description. But what I want to say really excited me is normally in post-apocalyptic worlds, you get this very bland, very one environment or maybe a few environments. I love the fact that they're promising swamps, forests, deserts, but also the stronghold conquest. Challenge another group for their tactic and strategic skills, or challenge another group for their tactic and strategic skills in a group battle, fight metas to score new gear, rare minerals, and more. I'm actually really excited for a lot of games coming out, right? Because it looks like 2024 is finally an uptick. But what do you think? Are you interested in Once Human at all, an online survival game? Are survival games not your bag? Or are you basically saying, I will play anything if it's good, but my preferred genre is, and fill in the blank? Would you rather wait for an MMO? Or will you give a single-player game like Dragon's Dogma 2, which comes out on Friday, a chance just to fill in the gap? You let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next time.